Close the heading. Time to get started. Megan, time to get started. All right. Okay, so we have n plus 1 rows. Second bullet. First row, ready to make. Elements. A minus 2, A minus 4, and so on until you run out of elements. So the first row, you construct an minus 2, an minus 4, and so on. Felix, we just started. So last time we said we have n plus 1 rows, and now the new thing I added. Come in, Shanna. Come in, Megan. All right, let me go again. First row. The next thing is how we make the first row. Really easy. You start from the coefficient of the highest power, and you do every other coefficient until you run out of coefficients. So, I just realized something I don't like in this example.
Wait, why'd you put a?
Let me change the example a little bit because I would get to something that I don't discuss right away. So let's change that to a cube. Please change that square to a cube. I'm modifying the example. I just realized that.
Why does it jump an minus 2 and an minus 4?
I'm not doing the proof of the root array or proof. That's beyond this class for sure.
Is the next term an minus 6?
Yes.
Okay, I just want to.
Every other coefficient. Okay, so who will tell me what's the first row for the example?
1.
Start with 1. What's the next element? 0. S4. Next would be S squared. S squared has 0. What's the next one?
2.
2. Any more?
0, 0.
No more. We run out of coefficients.
1.
Once it's 2, once we go to the 0, there's no more. So we stop writing. Okay? This is the same as S4 plus 3S cubed plus 0S squared plus 0S plus 2 equals 0, right? So, highest coefficient is 1, skip, 0, skip, 2. And that's it. And we run out of coefficients. Okay?
But if we have 5 columns, what goes in the last column?
We don't have 5 columns. We have 5 rows, not columns. It's not a square matrix. Oh, it's not the root array is not a square array. Not at all. All right, that's easy. Second one is just as easy. What we missed? So, what's the thing I put here? Someone hasn't spoken. Mohammed, what do I put here? 3, you said? 3 is correct. What do I put here? To make it actually to make it crystal clear, how about if I change this to an 8?
Oh, come on.
So there's no confusion because I'm 0 and 0. By making an 8, we make it clear that it's a different number. So if I change it to an 8 and put here 8s plus 2.
You brought me the mark.
So, sorry.
So many times.
Okay? Let's make it an A so there's no confusion. I just thought from some of you may look 0 and get confused which 0 it is, whatever. So I just want to make sure it's crystal clear. So I'll put an 8 there. Okay? And that's it. No more. So the first two rows, simply write the coefficients. Okay? Now, all other elements of the root array are generated by the same equation. Now, let me write it down. But there's an important shortcut. All other elements calculated by equal minus the determinant of the 2 by 2 matrix that takes its first column of 2 rows above. And the second column of the determinant is column to the right of the element. Well, let me write actually. Column from the 2 rows above. That is to the right, to the immediate right divided by first element of row above. So let me translate that in what it means and then we'll do it. So this one here is an minus 1, an minus 3, an minus 5, and so on. Okay, first row, coefficients starting from highest power. Second row, coefficients that we missed from second highest power quadrants. From now on, that formula. So what goes here? Let me write the formula for this one. That's going to be equal minus the determinant. What am I saying? First column of the 2 rows above. Which is the first column of the 2 rows above that element?
2, row 2.
an minus 1, right? That's the first column of the 2 rows above. So that's an minus 1. Let's call this C1. So I'll call it C1, C2, and so on. And what's the next column? Column from the 2 rows above, from these 2 rows above, immediately to the right of the element. So I'm talking about this element. Which is the column from the 2 rows above that's immediately to the right of that element? Megan?
A minus 2 and A minus 3.
Perfect. Thank you, Megan. A minus 2, A minus 2. Divided by what? First element of row above. What's that? A minus 1. You got it. Let's do C2. What's the first column? Someone raise it. First column of 2 rows above.
An minus 2 and an minus 3.
No, no, Jared. What's the first column of the 2 rows above? Now, staying with Jared.
And minus 1.
Exactly. Okay? Not the column above it, the first column. Okay? First column. So that's an minus 1 squared. And what's the second column? Prim.
A for an minus 4, an minus 4.
X. Exactly. To the right from the first. Divided by what? An minus 1, exactly. The first element of the row. Let's do the example. So, what would go here? I'll put the number here. Let me do the calculations. Hunter, I hope you wrote this, otherwise I can write it for you again.
It's all good.
So, C1, someone tell me? Raise your hand, someone who hasn't spoken.
1308.
I don't know if you haven't spoken, but okay, I'll take you on this side. So what's the first column?
1308.
Okay, what? First answer was the first column. What says correct? And then what's the first column?
Oh, 13.
1, 3, right? First column of the two rows above. What's the second column?
08.
This is the element. To the right is the 0, 8. Divided by what?
3.
Divided by the first element of the row above by 3. So that is equal to minus 8 minus 0. You should all know how to do 2 by 2 determinants. Product of diagonals times product of diagonals divided by 3. So minus 8 thirds. So we can put minus 8 thirds. Okay. Let's do this one. Let me have a pointer for this one. Rim, you spoke, but if nobody else, okay, I'll take Rim this time, but for the next one, it has to be someone else.
Felix wanted to say something. I'm cool. He changed his
One
mind.
is a very good friend. Okay, Rim, what's the first column?
1, 3.
1, 3, correct. Yeah, yes. With the dividing line. Okay.
And the second column, it's 2.
And can you guess what goes here? I don't have anything there, so what would you put?
0 or
0 is correct. If there is nothing, nothing means 0. Okay? Nothing means 0. Divided by what?
3.
Divided by 3. So that's going to be equal minus 0 minus 6 divided by 3, which is plus 2. If I were to calculate something here, what would be the column to the right? 0, 0. What's the determinant of something that has a 0, 0 column? 0. Everything here will be 0, 0, 0. So you don't write the zeros. And you stop when it becomes all 0, 0, 0. Okay? We got the second row. What would be fourth row? I really want someone who hasn't spoken. Let's call that D1. Yes.
3 8
So let me write D1. Okay, so here's D1. Okay, fourth row is D1. So minus the terminal. What's the first column?
3 and
Excellent. It's the two rows above that always come into play. So that's 3 minus 8 thirds. and 2. Divide by negative 8/3. So that is equal to minus 6 minus 64 over 3. And these are big nice numbers. Over minus 8 over 3. So that's 6 plus 64 over 3, which is 18 plus 64, which is 82. So that's 82 over 3 over 8 over 3. So that's 82 over 8 or 41 over 4. I didn't miss it. Is that right? 18 plus 64 is 82, that's correct. So I have minus 82 over 3. You have a minus 8 over 3, the 3 cancels. The minus plus 82 over 8,
Yeah, you're
that's
right.
right. Yeah. Okay. So that's 41 over 3.
You wrote 4.
Oh, over 4. Yes, right. The next element, what would be the row to the right of this? Josh,
Oh, it's gonna be,
what would be the column to the right of this element?
0, 0.
0, 0. So that's am I going to be 0, so we stop. Okay? Row 5. Okay, let me see what you guys has spoken. Come on. Someone hasn't spoken. No, Juan, I cannot take it this time.
I was pointing at Felix.
Andrea? Yeah. I think you already pointed it. Josie just. Andrea, can you do it? Otherwise, I'll take John. All right, I'll take Josh. Okay.
Yes.
So E1.
It's gonna be negative 8 over 3 and 41 over 4.
Okay, first column from the two elements above. So minus 8 over 3 and 41 over 4.
And then it's gonna be 2, 0.
2, 0 is correct. The blank is 0 divided by
Divided by 41 over
41 over 4. Right. So that's equal minus, this is 0, minus 41 over 4 times 2, divided by 41 over 4. Minus minus makes plus, 41 over 4 cancels out, 2. And to the right of that, if I go to this element, to the right is all zeros, we don't. That's the root array for this example. Now, before we say what the result of this is, I want to point a couple of other things about the root array. So the next bullet, that was the 1, 2, 3. This is the 4th bullet, 5th bullet. Structure is inverted staircase. Each step